Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Paint and Talk. I am here live with the CGN crew, and of course that is myself, Little Aaron. We got Big Aaron, Josh, and Sean, and I'm already being laughed at immediately. Always during the intro, somebody has to laugh at me.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of different projects going on today. Josh has given up projects altogether, and he is into some Diablo ripoff, which he'll be talking about. Zydan, hey, always the first. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm going to be finishing up my second repulsor. I have a bunch of details, and hopefully I can get that all painted. Unfortunately, I did magnetize my tank wrong, and I don't know if you can tell, but my bolter's cross-eyed, so I'm probably going to have to take this apart and take the magnet out and fix it so that my guns sit properly. Not going to do that today on camera, but that does need to get fixed.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, well, it looks... It's like when you have everything exactly 90 degrees square except one little thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It drives you banonkers.
So you just got to do it.
So that's what I'm working on today. That's what I got on the table in front of me. You might not be able to tell from the camera, but I did have to completely empty my entire office after our small flood last week. Even though the water didn't get into my office, for some reason the stink of the flood got into my office, and I had to take everything out and wipe everything down. But now it smells normal in here, so that's good.
You got a free breeze going on in there?
I didn't want to use potpourris because I'm not trying to cover the smell. I'm trying to get rid of the smell. You know what I mean?
It's overrated.
Yeah, it's not like using Nag Champa to mask your farts there, right, John?
You know, that's exactly what was happening. Because I used that exact scent.
All right. So what's everybody else up to today?
I'm doing the most hobby adjacent thing you can do right now, and I'm cleaning up my hobby area. I guess we'll show off some of my Necrons in a little bit, but my Vaporwave Necrons are coming along real well.
They really are.
They're pretty.
Really are. They're very, very pretty. Oh, hey. Come out of there.
There.
Sean, what are you working on, man?
I am continuing the saga of the Dark Angels. I've been building lists like a madman. So I'm gonna just say it, like the Tau, and I haven't played with anybody, but the Tau just looked broken as fuck this edition.
Josh, are you wearing headphones?
I am one.
I feel like I can still hear your character screaming.
You need to turn
But I
it
got
down.
off subject. Dark Angels, list building.
Tell me about it.
You want me to tell you about list building?
Yes.
So, list building is actually really, really cool. At the end of the day, you can pay 3 CP to do whatever the fuck you want. So I'm literally building a legal, legit to play 2,000 point all Dreadnought army with the Dreadnought Chaplain as the leader.
What, all dreads?
All Dreads, 100% Deathwing Dreads.
How many dreads is that?
It's like 9 plus the boss guy. No, I'm sorry, 6.
Is there any bonus to like having
No,
all
who
dreads?
cares? No, none whatsoever, other than they're cool as shit.
So wait, how do you pay what is this 3 CP?
So what you do is you just take a Vanguard detachment.
Right.
Done. Your only requirement is 1 HQ and 3 elites.
But I thought that you have to
And
have a
Horde.
certain number of detachments.
One
Not
detachment.
anymore.
That's 1 detachment. I mean, you got to take some kind of a detachment, and that's what it is. So you're just not getting the refund from taking the required troops, HQs, and being restricted to the same slots. So I got a stealth Tau army run by Shadow Sun because guess what? Your Supreme Commanders don't impact your Warlord traits anymore. Or, I'm sorry, don't impact your set tenets or, your chapter tactics. So you could put Marnius in front of the Salamanders. The Salamanders would get all his shit, and Marnius wouldn't get anything. Right? So you do the same thing with Shadow Sun and a whole bunch of doped out fusion and burst cannon, stealth suits, ghost keels. I think there's 18 stealth suits in the list. Anyway, so then you Build-A-Bear the fucking Tau set traits. You get to choose 2. So for this particular army with the stealth, it's all burst cannons get -1 AP, right? And every single suit, which the whole army of suits, has an advanced tracker. So I'm hitting you 5, 1 damage, -2 AP with every gun in the army.
Wow.
If it's not bigger. So that's the minimum shot that I put out.
So what's
Right.
in the army? Just 18 stealth suits?
No, 2 Ghost Keels, a Riptide, a Cold Star Commander with the Fusion Blasters, Shadow Sun, and I think I might have a Broadside or 2 in there.
Maybe
Okay,
a
so
broad.
that's good.
But they're
And
just
it
they're just
fucking-
all
dude,
there's
the
just
numbers wrecked face. I so want to fight some Primaris with it. I so want to fight some Death Guard because it's just and most of my troops are -1 to hit, right? That's not that great, but if you do have any bonuses, I still get bigger buffs on the EW suits. The Relic Ion Cannon for the Riptide is stupid. It's flat 6, like I think it's 3 damage flat on each hit, or on each damage. It's like strength 9 or 10. It's like AP -4. It's stupid, right? So you're not rolling random stuff. You're not wasting CPs on it. So what you're doing is you're using all your set tenets and special stuff to give the maximum number of guns the maximum boost you can. Oh, the other one is the range increaser, right? For the guns, you get like +3 inches or +4 inches to all your assault weapons. That means my fusion blasters are 23 or 24 inches long range. So anyway, so there's a whole bunch of super cool stuff you can put together. I got a list with 2 Devilfish and some Breachers in them, supported by Crisis suits. It seems super cool. I built a Farsight list only out of the Crisis suits that I have, and it fucking looks awesome. And these are all Vanguard detachments. Even the one that has troops, I'm paying the 3 CP, so I only have to take 2. I gotta spend that last 50 points somewhere else.
Okay, so 2,000
No
CP
drones.
is which size game?
So there's a 2,000 point army.
Right.
So it's for all the standard whatever. When you go into Battle Scribe, I feel like it's the 3rd size of game. And it's all just like, and you can do so much different stuff, man. There's a bunch of things that just let you basically turn a stratagem on permanently. And now that Overwatch is no longer fucked, like, we're God. Like, I get to shoot so many bullets. And they're not,
But
they're not strength-free.
Overwatch
So-
was never fucked for you. Tau. It was said that Tau was immune to that from the very beginning.
Well,
No, there
from
was there was some weird confusion on my part, so I don't know,
No,
when-
they did it on purpose. They were like, "Oh, nobody can Overwatch. Oh, fake you out. Tau still
Surprise.
can."
Yeah. It kind of felt like that. Because I feel like initially they were like, "Oh, you can't do this," and I was like, "Oh, Tower going to be kind of unplayable." So hopefully we're going to see something in the new codex that lets us fall back and still shoot. Because even just being able to pick one unit and do that for like 2 CP, because it is really powerful, would be super fucking awesome. Especially for us, because like a Riptide getting to shoot, an extra time in any situation is.
I like everything. I
Very
like
good.
everything that you're saying except the use of the word "us."
Us.
Hey, I got a question for you. How do you take objectives? Are you just worried about blowing people up and then just don't care about objectives?
No,
or-
man. So those crisis suits, dude, they're strength 5, T5, 2 wounds base, and I just gave them a -1 AP. I don't have the best weapon skill, but I can fucking smash your face. And I've got a bunch of those dudes, right? So I'm not like, rolling in there like a corn berserker, but if you throw some bullshit infantry at me, I'm gonna murder them. And probably
Well,
in one turn.
You're basically telling me that things are holding up your objectives are like single, like 3-man
Drones
units
and
of
crisis
plague
suits,
marines.
Yeah, drones and crisis suits, or you've got the idea with the breacher teams is you got breacher teams, you drop them off with their little guardian drone, you dump some crisis suits behind them or whatever, and you fly your tank off to another objective, and then you have the option to go ahead and let your drones out and go contest other shit and do whatever if you need to. So there's like all this weird modular flexibility. So it is much more about positioning, being in the right place, and not getting murdered
So,
anything else.
Zydan says, but what about your doctrines?
What about my doctrines?
Don't you lose them for the Dark Angels?
Oh well, yeah, I mean that's all Tau stuff. You're talking Dark Angels doctrines.
Zayden said rowboat with Sally's would mean that you would lose your doctrines, right?
No, but the Supreme Commander, right? So this is not every HQ. This is the head motherfucker of your army that has the Supreme Commander written into his data sheet, is allowed to be taken as a Supreme Command detachment, and it says in his rules that it does not prevent the rest of the detachment from gaining X, Y, or Z, right? But he himself doesn't get it. If my phone wasn't doing my video, I'd look it up on the phone for you and quote it. I believe that the language is specifically in the Tau Psychic Awakening book under Commander Shadow Sun's like rules, instructions, whatever. But like I said, I'll post that in the Discord tomorrow so you guys can see what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be very specific models. And no, I have not tested it out with Marnius and the Dark Angels. I would have to get out all the books and look at stuff. But if he has that Supreme Commander role, and I believe you have to take that Supreme Commander detachment, I'm not entirely sure about that part. It's curtains. And then, dude, Farsight is so gross. He's basically, we're doing all the stuff that we're doing elsewhere, right? So we're doing primarily fusion blasters, right? So melta guns with an 18-inch assault range. And what I'm doing is I'm re-rolling all my wounds, I think, and re-rolling my ones to hit. So I'm probably re-rolling all my ones to hit and all my ones to wound on the fusion blasters with Farsight's set tenets, right? Because you get a you get to act like you have a marker light for one of them. I don't remember the name, and the other one, right? So one marker light hit is re-rolling ones, and the other one is the actual set tenet, I think. God, put me on the spot. I put myself on the spot. So the marker light and the assault and move, right? So you're running around. You're going 8 inches plus a D6 run, and it's not counting against you. So like, I'm always in melta range. I'm always able to reach out and touch something, right? It's not a 40-inch Cold Star Commander move, but that's why his job is to bring the back of all this stuff back. So the idea is there's one of these Death Cold Star Commanders in every one of these lists, because again, it's a badass tool. It gets stuff done, right? It's about as perfect of a, hey, go delete that, regardless of what it is, a knight, tank, it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be super cool. So I will cede the floor for a little while since I talk so
Sounds
much.
like you're excited on some good lists there.
I'm
Yeah,
so
you
excited.
are super stoked.
And I already have these dudes painted and finished and based and like done. So it's not something that I have to like, I'm gonna put together all these guys, do. So I'm gonna get Serial squared away on these Tyranids, and then we're gonna roll some dice and blow up some little plastic soldiers. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
That's
Sounds like
yeah.
a good time.
That's the plan.
So, Aaron,
so stoked. I love it.
do you have a list yet?
Do I have a list?
Yeah.
No, not whatsoever, because I'm waiting for the Necron book. I just painted pretty much all of the Indominus stuff, and then a couple other pieces that I had picked up in a trade, and now I have a second batch that I got in a trade like a week and a half ago to start painting on next. So just trying to get through all that I can right now.
Do you ever do like really, really big games like the Apocalypse games where we're bringing like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 points, stuff like that? Like, hey, I'm about to go play Warhammer for 16 hours.
For a weekend?
I've done it before.
I have not. I would.
I ran a campaign. It was so fun, dude. It was so fun. And like, I went off the rails with the D&D-ness of it, and people kind of like, and then COVID happened. So it was like, but so fun, because you're just moving shit tons of guys, and it doesn't matter what's what. We had like I don't know, simple rules about, well, if you've got Bobby and a demon Primarch, like them motherfuckers have to. You can't go hide.
Yeah,
Magnus
there's got to
behind
be
the
a
rock.
face-off there.
Yeah, and we did the behind the buildings was out of line of sight, the same way that Ninth is doing it. So we kind of we already did that, and we had the reasonable shot. Like, dude, if your guy had one bullet left, would he take that reasonable shot? And it's like it's through, you know, it's through 17 other dudes. Like, yeah, you can see it. No, you're not shooting at an antenna. You know, so we had a very hard rule about that.
That's a, wow. What that is? Where did that concept come from? That was such an eloquent way to talk about it, and you just said it so fast. If you had one bullet left, is it a reasonable shot?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it going to be worth your one bullet to take that shot? It's like it's a banner. It's going to blow, and not like in the game, right? Like, think about what would your soldier do, and that's, you know. Dude,
I love that. I love that idea. Like, that just makes the whole concept so cool to think about. Like,
well, I'm glad I could be so inspiring.
Has anybody else thought about it? Have any of you guys thought about it like that? Reasonable shot?
No, more DACA, man. More DACA.
Yeah, more DACA is more efficient.
No, that's not what. Are you joking or are you confused?
Yes.
Porque no los dos.
They're saying when you're an orc, you always
Yes,
have more DACA, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
never have a last shot because you always believe you have more bullets.
Right.
So
That's
therefore you have-
true.
But for the idea of determining whether or not you could shoot, the concept of one bullet left is it a reasonable shot, as a way of figuring out line of sight.
I mean, I guess
it
it
works
seems really complicated and subjective to me.
Only if you're being like super hyper competitive, right? Like if you're being competitive, yes, but like we're playing like storyline. I have 5,000 dudes. Like, I'm gonna lose all my stuff. I need to be prepared for the Warhound to explode turn one without me getting to move it. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like you've invested in all this other stuff, and it's like, you know, you just kind of it's more for like the narrative. So like, you know, Bobby and Abaddon get up to each other, and it's like they're not going to charge and murder each other's squads.
Right.
Like, they're about to go at each other's throats. So we were like, oh, well, we're within 12 inches of each other. And we made a special little, like, on like, at location right then, like, death match, whatever. And it was basically like a little micro combat with initiative roll-offs. Who gets to attack first? Do your stuff. And
like zoom into a kill game almost.
Yeah, exactly. We just like stopped the game, and that's what was going on. Was 2 rounds of combat because, I mean, I'm Abaddon and he's a fucking Primarch. Let's not get our signals twisted here. Demon Lord or not.
Dude,
Abaddon got murked.
I'm having a really weird issue with my contrast paint.
What is this issue?
It's not spreading out. It's like pulling back up into itself like a ball of mercury on the paint of this tank.
Flat surfaces sometimes are wonky, but what color are you using?
Black Templar.
I have actually had bad Black Templar. I don't know if it's because it went bad or because I got a bad pot, but it could be that you just need to put a little bit more of the go juice in it.
The contrast
the medium or whatever.
What's the go juice?
That's the medium, babe. Come on, baby.
Do you hear? Did you see a bunch of those videos coming out where people are just taking the contrast medium and then adding whatever paint and then saying that essentially that's contrast paint?
I haven't tried it yet, but I wonder if it works. I got a bunch of little mixy bottles. I might give it a try. But I like the contrast paints, right? And I'm already doing the Zenithal highlights, so it's kind of like weird, especially when you're doing like a really dense muted color like what I'm doing. But I'm excited to do some Tau. So the other cool thing about the Tau, bro, check it out. I got so much shit, I can literally make these 3 Tau lists not duplicate anything, not even riptides, and paint them all different color schemes. So I think that's the thing that I'm most excited about, is setting out and saying, hey, I have these 20 models. It's not a collection, right? These Dark Angels, I have, Aaron, how many models do I have, Aaron?
I don't know. Didn't you just sell everything?
Nor do I. No, but I still have all my Dark Angel stuff, or the vast majority of it. I sold all the other side projects. I'm debating getting rid of my knights. I don't think I'd get rid of the Warlord, but
speaking of your Dark Angels, let's take a look at them.
Yeah,
and
let's see that
Razorbacks.
update. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey, before we get too far off the subject of Apocalypse, I actually want
Okay.
to talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah,
Because
I love
has anyone
Apocalypse.
actually played with the new Apocalypse rule set?
No.
When it came out, it looked really cool how you didn't lose your model the first turn. Like,
Yeah.
you still got to shoot it, and then it could go away, you know?
So check this out. So we all decided as a group that we really liked the scale of the game that we played, the fact that I got to roll the dice for the bolters, not just, a hypothetical attack. We thought that those aspects of the game were worth spending the extra time, and we got to the point where we're playing.
So wait, hold on.
12
Are you
people.
saying that you're talking about making a decision between playing the new rules or playing the old rules, or
Correct.
a hybridization of them?
Playing Warhammer 40K at a massive scale with the regular Warhammer 40K rules, with those tiny modifications I talked about earlier, on wacky fucking environment boards that are huge.
But you have
Right,
not played with the new Apocalypse rules.
I have not played. The group decided not to use them because we liked other aspects of what we were doing very much, right?
Yeah,
So,
the only thing I've seen is Mini Wargaming's coverage of it. I haven't
But what
actually
I
played it.
I want to play that with Sari. I think it would be much more accessible to her to be able to look at a card that only has 3 numbers on it.
Yeah, I
And roll
really
the dice.
want to try it, because it
Right?
actually looks like a better game than
It-
40K.
I don't know. But then the other thing is, can you blend them? Is the turn structure like back and forth, right? Because there's some aspects of that not like it's my turn, now it's your turn, now it's my turn, now it's your turn, right? There's much more like segmented, if I
Yeah.
understand correctly.
Yeah,
And-
you take turns, except you do it with like groupings of your guys, whatever your
Yeah, like
strat-
detachments or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they call them, right?
which
and-
I think is what 40K should have done in this edition. So
Hey, explain that. How does that movement work?
That's a him.
So you go back and forth basically between detachments. So you move a detachment, I move a detachment, and we might have like 20 detachments.
I like that, yeah, because a
20 might be a
detachment
lot,
would
but yeah.
typically move together, right?
Yes. I mean, and for a full game, like a full Apocalypse game, both sides. But yeah, and things don't die immediately, so you always have a chance to play with your models before you have to take them off the board, which you don't get in regular. So
Well, I mean, I've played in very, very, very large Apocalypse games, and like the only time that I've seen that I've had a problem is when somebody only brings like yeah, I'm gonna come play Apocalypse with you guys, and you're like, okay, what are you bringing? He's like, I'm bringing a Lehman Russ, and it's like, okay, so you're bringing one model, like.
How is that an apocalypse game?
Oh, you mean like the Warlord Titans and stuff like that?
I mean like one person brings to the Apocalypse game a small force containing one super heavy, and then their super heavy dies, and they're boned for the rest of the game, and they're not happy. Every time I've played in an Apocalypse game, like, I have multiple Titans, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, one might go down really quick, but I got 2 other ones that are running around. I'm not banking on just having one thing.
Wait, Aaron, how many
Exactly.
titans do you have?
At that one we had 8. It was a 28,000 point Orcs versus Tyranid game, where all of the Tyranids were painted the same color. They're the same army, and then it was 9 Orc armies put together.
Nice.
All fully painted.
Yeah. So I've definitely seen where like other people's titans can be destroyed and then they explode and clear out half of the person's army because there's just not enough space to put stuff out.
Have you ever like
Yeah.
phased a bunch of stuff just to charge your model up the middle of the board into 6,000 or 8,000 points of stuff, and then charge something with it that you know is going to kill you, like a Chaos Knight, right? So you kick it and do a bunch of damage, and then it chops you to pieces, and then you go nuclear and, like you said, clear out, you know, a huge chunk of the board of enemy and friendly stuff. I've blown up my co-team members this way for being douchebags.
Of course you have.
So I'll tell you what,
And it was so glorious. Matt was so mad, but I marched my Warhound over into his lines. It was taking tons of fire. I knew it was going to go down. Just made sure it crashed on those Dark Angels.
Oof.
My favorite Apocalypse game was one where I played the Transcendent Satan with the electric slide. Except I played like
dope in Apocalypse.
Nine
I
of
don't
them.
want to see that on the tabletop though.
I played like 9 of them. And I just completely destroyed somebody's side of the board because I just destroyed it. Everything.
You're the guy who no one wants to play Apocalypse with, Josh.
No, I know how to play Apocalypse. Exterminatus.
But you're the guy that we have rules against, and we write specific rules for the campaign game stuff that says you can't take 9 Transcendent Catans.
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
Well, but that's where the Dungeons and Dragons and the role playing aspect behind it goes. So like we did, I mean, the Crusade is a perfect example of what we were doing written down, right? Except for we ad-libbed all sorts of cool shit. I bought a bunch of the Endless Spell models and used them as like artifacts and shit like that. So like I gave people the model, you know, if they captured the artifact at the end of the mission and stuff like that. So
oh, that's really fun.
Yeah, there's super cool stuff, man. And it's just like it was really fun. It took a long time. We had differences of opinions with all sorts of people. I had to have one of my good friends, but he's kind of an asshole when he needs to be, like lay into this dude and his son, because like it just was not enjoyable to have the son present. That's just all there was to it.
What was going on with the son?
Yeah, was a little kid.
And I don't want to like smack talk anyone, but he was very contradictory to a lot of people who have been playing extensively, both, you know, competitively, and this is the fun thing we do on the side, who we more or less know the rules of the game, and you know, to have some random, you know, dude less than half your age show up and be like, hey, this is how the game works, it's like,
Nah.
Well, speaking of how the game works, Armies on Parade, if anybody is interested in doing that, the submissions for 2020 are due November 29th.
Nice.
Which kind of makes me want to make a board for my Primaris and get it submitted.
Ooh, I like it.
Do it. Dude, you do that purple on some crazy rusted red Mars shit. Use some of your AdMech stuff. Either as like twin hangers or whatever.
I know. I'm kind of
something.
I kind of want to do it.
Pipes. That's what you need to use, Aaron.
Tell me.
Use the smoking
Tell
pipes.
us.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I got the smoking pipes. Like, I think I'm gonna work. Yeah. I think I'm gonna work on an entry.
I think that's
a
fantastic idea.
I'm pretty stoked to see how it's going to turn out.
But other than that, the only other, like, I guess fun tabletop news that I have is the Bandai models, which is more giant 40K miniatures.
I put one of them on my my Amazon gift registry.
Ooh.
Which one?
The Ultramarine.
Cool. Not the Dark Angel?
No. I might. You know what? When I put it on there, I don't
Blasphemy.
think the Dark Angel was released yet, because that's the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I might have to.
You might have to update that.
Yeah, I might have to update that. Good call.
Yeah, so they have, what is it? Imperial Fist, Dark Angels, Ultramarine. That's it. The Dark Angel's gun looks really cool. It's got like,
it looks like bigger than the model.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Is he carrying a plasma rifle? Plasma pistol? Plasma something?
No, he's got the bolt gun, but it has
It's
like
just cool.
it has like a cool flame paint job on it.
Nice.
Wait, is it salamanders? It is Dark Angels, right? It's
No,
not-
that one's salamanders.
Oh, it is
Oh
salamander.
my gosh. You don't know
Okay.
the difference between a Dark Angel and a Salamander?
Oh my god.
I'm just joking. They're both green. It's all right.
Aaron might be thinking of the Funko Pop. Didn't they do a Dark Angel Funko Pop?
Yeah, I was thinking of the Funko Pop Dark
Ah.
Angel. Yeah, these are salamanders.
Which you would think that they would just give him a flamethrower, but
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
it's a bolter with flames painted on the side of it.
Huh.
Well, that totally works. They still got the fire motif.
got the motif.
The motif.
We can
Now
get
the Ultramarine already came out, right?
Ultramarine already came out, I believe. Yes,
Anyone seen that IRL?
I have not.
No.
I haven't seen anything IRL. I don't
I've
remember
seen
what
it.
IRL is.
In real life.
It's like going to the dentist.
That's
That's real life.
I saw my dentist. So other than the play date that we took my son on 2 weeks ago, my dentist is the, I guess, second non-family member that I've seen in 6 months.
You should have invited the dentist to go do something since it's the last person you're going to hang out with for a while. You want to go see a movie?
Oh, man. I have to go back in 2 weeks.
Well, there you go. There's your chance.
Yeah, I'll send him. I'll just start, like, messaging him all the time, being like, hey, what are you doing today?
How's it going?
But so that's what I got from Warhammer Community. I got the Armies on Parade. We got the Rumour engine. If we all want to guess at what this is, it's a fist with some claws. So
It's
Yeah,
orc.
it's an orc. It's an orc. They all look the same.
Or maybe it's some Necromunda thing.
right.
Oh, it could
Problems.
be some Necromunda thing.
We solved
Maybe it's Mordheim.
Ooh.
Shut your mouth.
Why?
Because it's never going to be Mordheim. Yeah, I don't know.
I've never played Mordheim.
I have not either, actually.
Nor have I.
I actually haven't either. Read a lot of
I
think
know
it's like a little bit before our time.
I know a
honestly.
lot of people really like it, and at Valhalla they have that whole Mordheim board, right? Somebody's
Yeah.
always playing Mordheim. The only thing that I know about Mordheim is the board from Valhalla and Uncle Adam's recent video talking about Mordheim. That's it. That's all I know.
jumping on that Mordheim bandwagon.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I like the,
Necromunda. Did you guys see the new Ogrins that came out like a week or two back?
no.
No.
I think I did.
They look really cool. I think there's a lot of conversion potential in there, but I think pretty much everything Necron has a lot of conversion potential.
Just so easy
Not
to switch
Necron,
out a pen.
or Necromunda.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Every time I see some new models for Necromunda, it makes me want to play it.
Wait, which models are you talking about? Not the Guardian drones.
No, it's like they're like Ogren. It's like an Ogren Undercity gang. I don't. Do you remember what they're called?
House of Blades? Is it that one?
I don't think it's House of Blades. Is it Big Ogre?
Think more. Yeah, think more meat slab head guys.
Meat slab head guys.
6, 7 dudes. They're big. They're fat.
Okay.
Goliath.
Okay, right. Well, I guess I have to. I mean, it must be a
Yeah,
long. long time ago. All right, I'm going. House of Blades is every update since
weeks ago.
August 15th. So let's keep going backwards.
These items on the same page. Announced last weekend, multi-part kit, which looks very customizable. Hey, yeah. Oh, who's this? WSC Miniatures. What's up?
What's going
Hey,
on?
welcome. Is my chat not updating?
I don't know. Is it not?
Apparently.
Maybe you're in the other stream.
Oh my god, please don't tell us that we have double streams.
Don't cross
going
the
again.
streams.
We better not have double streams going again. How could that be possible?
I don't think you.
Now I'm paranoid and you're making me check.
Oh.
It'll be all right.
It'll never be all right.
It's gonna be fun.
Hey, we got one new subscriber while streaming. Thank you, new subscriber.
We lost Sean.
No, there's only
What?
there's only one
Oh.
stream going on. Jeez, you guys.
Speaking of subscribers, Cool Guys Nation. I mean, we're getting close to that.
We are so close. Okay, I can't find these stupid Ogren. I'm sorry. I found a bunch of Blood Bowl stuff.
Hey, Blood Bowl are cool.
So
Did
since I can't find the Ogren, I'm gonna put a picture of my office up on the thing. So here is my office with everything removed except for starting to put back my kit, and it's a preview of my next video, which should be coming out on Thursday, which is Aaron's hobby essentials. So I'm going through my specific items that are my specific hobby essentials, which you can kind of see a preview of. I am doing my assembly tools, my kit bashing tools, my basing tools, and my paintbrushes, as to if I had to pick like just the essentials, what I would use. But I literally had to take everything out of my office, and like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 shelves designated for knickknacks.
It's a lot of knickknacks.
It's a lot of knickknacks.
It took forever, and then I had to dust and clean everything because it was awful. But the picture after this is, oh my gosh,
It was all worth it.
Aaron. Oh, we lost Sean.
Yep, we lost Sean.
Hopefully he'll come
His
back.
phone died.
Well, while we're waiting for Sean to come back, I have your Necron army up, Aaron.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
So let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
cool.
my whole goal with the Necron army, because I wasn't super stoked into getting into Necron at first, and Sean is back. What's up, man?
Hey,
So
welcome
I
back.
wanted something that was fast, that really popped on the table. And around the time that I was like thinking about it, Aaron and I were on a super vaporwave kick. So I was like, how about vaporwave Necrons? And Aaron was like, do it. So I went forth and did. Probably one of the fastest, easiest paint jobs, honestly, I've ever done. The gist of how I painted is I have a Vallejo purple primer, and then I zenithal from the top and bottom, because from the underside you got that pinks down at the bottom. It needs to really be bright, so I lighten that up at the top, same, give it that good zenithal. Then I do the blue from the top, and then I spray the pink from underneath, so it gets a cool little like kind of glowy splash up a little bit. Then I wash the whole thing in a purple wash that's thinned down. Then I did go back with on each, the pink and the blue, just give a little spritz on there just to kind of pull back some of the brightness. And then I did a whole bunch of glowy green, and from there, then I did the yellows, which was just a very quick airbrush spray. I mean, it was pretty much all airbrush. And the only time that I used an actual brush was to slap on the wash, and then also to dot the eyes on all the warriors.
It sounds very Josh-like.
I felt a little Josh inspired for sure. As I was 100%, I was thinking about it. Like, Josh has got his rusty crons. I got my vapor crons.
Ooh, they should fight someday.
Yeah, absolutely. They better
Rusty Vapor.
Rusty Vapor.
Yeah.
Sounds like a stage name.
Healthy.
But yeah, so I was able to paint up about 2,100 points of Necrons in like not that long, really. Sean showing his Primaris there. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun. I think that they'll pop on the table. You should throw up that picture of the base because I want some feedback on those bases. If you got that one, Aaron.
So for 1 second, let me find the base.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do for the bases that I'm kind of playing around with, because I'm guessing everyone has some bag of MDF bases sitting around somewhere that you haven't really figured out what to do with, right? Because it doesn't go with anything. You have to use all MDF or no M.
It's up.
You can't mix that stuff. So I was like, all right.
Hold on. It's like contrast paint. You can't mix that stuff.
No.
That was just.
Hey,
it's a bad joke. Sorry.
Are you using why? How come you chose the MDFs versus the other bases? I'm just.
Right. So I was going to get to that. The reason why I chose MDF is it's completely flat. The regular bases have that little bit of tooth and texture. So it was either use up a bunch of MDF that is super flat, or take regular bases and sand them all down a little bit, or slop on a bunch of varnish to level it out and then prime.
Like you wanted that super flat.
Right, because I'm going for that very kind of two-dimensional, like Tron sort of ground there.
So, if the comments can see, hopefully, you have, it looks like 4 different styles-ish.
Of bases?
Yeah, there's
actually only 2 different stencils that I use, all on kind of one sheet here.
Okay, I like, my 2 favorite are the one that's faded in the front, and the one that's under the big boy. I like both of those the best.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's the one that has the big spread out, big checkerboard. That was just because I was going to kind of just play around and test it. I was intending to go for the smaller checks. And really, it's just a matter of Aaron being patient and spraying, and then not just whipping off the stencil real quick and smearing the paint all over the place. Yeah, or spraying from bad angles. I need to get a good crisp spray down.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better thing to stencil than a flat base, right? Like, at least there's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least there's that. Well, I think they're awesome. Sean, what do you think?
I think they are fantastic. I am always jealous of like the speed and efficiency of your methods, Aaron, because like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like a super cheater and do like the quickest paint scheme ever on these guys, and then I ran into a sergeant who had some gear.
Yeah. And you got to
paint this guy for more than 5 minutes.
And you were like, wait a minute. Obviously, he's got to have, this bag on this side because he's right-handed and he wouldn't cross over in order to pull his ammunition out. So we need to cut that bag off. And then this one has 2 clasps. Nobody runs around with 2 clasps on a bag. Can't get to your hash browns quickly enough. So we got to customize this bag to only have 1
your hash brown axe is serious shit.
So why don't I'm going to put up some of your pictures, Sean. You could talk about it. So I got your first one's a close-up of a dude pointing.
Who's he pointing at?
Pointing at the bad guy to smash with his hammer.
The baddies?
Yeah, the bad guys.
So talk about what you're working on.
Well, they're like super, I don't know. I'm really excited. I've been collecting to make this army for a long time, and it started out as like scouts in aircraft, which I still have all of those, by the way, and reavers. So, but I made this super fun Primaris list. There's 2 impulsors. It's a squad of 10 Hellblasters. It's 10 infiltrator guys. It's just a bunch of little infantry shit, and the captain with the shield from the new box, and one of my super awesome primed chaplains. And it's got a bunch of guns, and it's got a lot of mobility, and it should have the staying power. to do some stuff on the tabletop, and it's got a lot of plasma. There's plasma everywhere.
Well,
So
I mean, talk to me about your paint job. So right now, the picture that I have up, I know you might not be able to see it. I think it has your first layer of green and then your second layer of green.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So what I did was I went on this weird, military type, paint scheme investigation. So I bought a bunch of random paints over multiple trips to the model store, and ended up with these greens and this brown. And it's all like the brown is really called a US flat something. I don't know. But I found these really, really interesting colors that were very different and added all this variation. So like the main body of them is a zenith highlight of a green over a darker green, right? So we get those layers, and if you turn them, you can see where it's not sprayed and all that fun stuff. And then I do my kind of like off brown color on the accents. I was very thoroughly convinced that I was only allowed to paint one knee, the accent color. There was much conversation about that. So there's just that airbrush, and then I go back and I start doing details, and I start throwing washes and contrast paint on the details, and then I'll go back with the original color and finish them up, and then I'm like done.
And then the other thing you sent me for some reason is some Tyranids.
Oh yeah, so yeah. No, I'm super excited about them. So this is not my project. This is my 8-year-old daughter's project. Between the contrasts and the organic Tyranids, it is a fantastic way to get her to do stuff. And I can go back behind her models and clean up all of her little mistakes and shit and make them look super primo really easily, right? So what we've got is she really likes both of these colors.
The purple, right? It looks like the purple and the green. Purple and the blue.
Yeah. It's I actually have the colors in front of me right here. It is an athematic blue.
God, I love that color. Pink. I love that. Both. Yeah. I love those colors.
Athematic blue, best.
Athematic blue and Vulpus pink. Those are the two colors that I used on the terrain piece that I did with for DM Scotty.
Nice.
They're fantastic colors. So we just airbrushed the miniatures, white primer, and it was actually really interesting. She puts her gloves on, she's got her mask on and all that fun stuff, and she's got really tiny hands, so she can't hold the airbrush and pull the thing at the same time.
But you're actually having her airbrush it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't fuck around, dude. So, but anyway, so she can't hold the model and get it the right places with the airbrush. She's not at that point. So I move the model around while she dispenses the paint. So it's very much like, her thing. She does it. I did a couple little test models with her. I personally think this dude is the dopest sauce ever.
Which is that the green with the orange?
The red with the black.
Okay.
The red with the black is just so fire. So fire.
Dopalicious.
It's just it's like being like a flesh terror or something, or like a blood angel.
So it's funny because Adam has a solar system to paint, and I was like, and it's literally gray plastic, and the instructions were like, sand this down, and then use these really cheap hobby paints to paint it up, and I was like, I don't think so. So
and how old is Adam now?
He's 5. So I took all the planets off and I primed them in Xandri dust, and then he has been using the color coding guide for which color the planets are, contrast painting them, and it looks so good. Like it looks better than the picture on the box. Like it's amazing, and it's like, I have to go back and do a little bit of touch-ups if he gets some overbrush, but overall I'm not even doing that. And for the sun, he was like, oh, let's look up real pictures of the sun, and I was like, okay. And so he looked up real pictures of the sun, and it has like, you know, the yellow and the red dots. So he painted it yellow, and then while it was still wet, he started dotting, you know, contrast red into it, and it literally looks like, you know, a swirling photo of the sun. The contrast paints are such an amazing gateway for kids.
Totally.
Wow.
And having something at the end of it that actually you're proud of.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I was having so much fun painting all those Warcry warbands up with nothing pretty much but contrast.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. I'm switching to your picture.
Okay, switching to my picture.
There you go. This is what Josh has been painting. This is what Josh has been painting. It looks like Josh is painting a new skin onto Diablo 2.
No, this is actually an old skin on the Diablo 2. This is Path of Exile, which I'm very angry because apparently everybody knew about it except for me. And
I didn't know about it.
Okay, well, apparently everybody else did. It's so much better than Diablo 3. It's not even funny. Like, everything that Diablo 3 should have been is this game, and I'm very sad that it took me this long. Like, literally, they're going to put out the part 2 to this game soon.
Is it actually a part 2, or is it just kind of like a small expansion?
It's kind of like a super expansion on it. It's everything's going to be not connected. Everything will be 20 years in the future. It'll be a different campaign. So your characters still can't participate in all that stuff. It's pretty much one or the other. But the cool thing about them is they have a league like Diablo 3 does, except for when they do the leagues, something is drastically different about the game. And it's like a true mini expansion. So they have one coming out on the 18th, and it's called Heist. And on top of the regular game, you're actually going to create a team of like super thieves that are going to help you infiltrate castles and different things to steal items. And it's like you have to pick the right thieves to overcome the right things, and you have to like not just barrel through, you have to sneak in and do stuff, otherwise you don't get the rewards. It looks super cool. The characters look amazing for it. It looks very exciting, actually. I'm very kind of interested to see how it plays, because I haven't actually played any of these seasons from the start, because I've only been able to play the last couple. I guess it's only about like a week and a half.
Yeah, you only started like 2 weeks ago, maybe at most.
Yeah, and so it's so much fun. I literally can't. Everything I do, everything I'm doing is so much fun. I have 3 different characters that I've been playing with. I just really love it. It's good stuff.
What's the biggest thing over Diablo 3 that drew you to Path of Exile? Because you were playing Diablo 3 again until you found Path of Exiles, and then switched.
I like literally beat Diablo 3 within like 4 hours of playing the game.
That's the problem, right?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Like, I was able to go through the whole game. So one of the main things that you want to be able to do is unlock the primal agents, and like you're not supposed to unlock primal agents in the first 4 hours of a new season. Like, legitimately, I'm done. I beat the expansion or the season like that. I've been playing this game for like a week and a half. I am still in the story and haven't got to even. I'm barely over halfway to maximum level. Every different character you play is so different, and you can give it all different abilities. So every play experience is different. Switching out one ability for another can totally change your entire build. It's just incredible. I don't know why I hadn't seen this game before, quite honestly.
It's been around for a long time. I used to play it, like years and years and years ago.
Yeah, I guess it came out in 2013, and you could not tell by looking at this game that the game was that old. The cool thing is, it's like the only game that they have. So, like, legitimately, they just work on this game.
So I don't mean to interrupt, but so I'm in the fastener industry, and there is a fastener that is called a nipple. And so there's a meeting on my calendar that's called Threaded Nipples Avoid Thread Damage Without Fixturing. And my wife just asked me what this meeting was about.
Man, you should just say it's threaded nipples, of course.
Obviously.
It says it in the subject line.
Of course, that's what it is.
Okay, back to PoE. Anyways, I'm really sad because I'm having so much fun with this game and none of y'all are playing with me. That makes me sad.
Well, I think that it's not just about playing with you. I think it's that Sean, Big Aaron, and myself have been dedicating ourselves to hobbying.
Oh, is that what?
and that you got in, that you haven't been hobbying at all.
Yeah, I have absolutely no interest in hobbying right now, unfortunately, and it's because of the situation that's currently at hand. I don't anticipate like being able to play, and that really is crushed it. So I'm finding new ways to itch my scratches. Unfortunately, yeah, itch my scratches. Come on.
No.
No, I know.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. Actually, it's just been really difficult, and to find something that I really like, I'm becoming more interested in Magic and more interested in PoE at this time. I don't know. It's just been really frustrating, and I we haven't really talked about it that much, but it's really been killing my motivation to do anything, which is sad.
Yeah, I don't know why my motivation ramped up with this.
I'm glad that it did, because I feel like somebody got my stuff. Like, there's new models for Crisis Protocol that I haven't got yet.
Don't fall behind. You have every model.
Well, yeah, he went to the store to get them. They just didn't have them.
Oh. Yeah, but then after that, I was like, well, I apparently don't care. But I'm like, I love that game, but I don't know when I'm going to play it. So I'm like, do I really want, am I able to go through? I mean, I don't know. It's just strange.
I feel you, man. I get exactly what you're saying. Right. I don't know. I've been unengaged.
Yeah.
For the past 8 months. That I've now like found all sorts of neat stuff, and I was it's really interesting because I was just like modeling. I hadn't built the list until I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
But like, there's so much cool stuff now that I've got like 2 Loon Space Marines, and it's got me just excited for all these different things that I can do with shit that I have on hand.
Yeah.
You know, after selling all that crap that I sold, I can still run 10 Razorbacks. Now, we don't have the Las in what?
The Las?
Las, baby. Come on.
It's not in the Codex anymore.
Oh, it's gone?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll return them to Forge World and ask for a refund.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Go get it.
I think I'll do that. I'll send them a box. I'll be like, hi, I'm sending these 5 Lasplas for you that were bought custom for my birthday a long time ago, that were my favorite add-ons to my army. They've been removed from the game, so I'm just going to ask for a refund now.
I really think you should. I think you should like record the whole situation.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
All right, I'll do it. I'll go to the studio, I'll grab the Lasplas, I'll box it up. I will make a video and I will send them to send them on over.
You gotta send the email first. You just don't want to be sending random stuff to the UK.
Well, why would I send the email first?
Yeah, you don't want to give them a heads up.
Yeah.
Because they might just you might just lose your stuff then. You don't want to do that.
No, Aaron, you need to put a camera in the box so they open it up and you got the live stream.
That's what I was thinking, Aaron. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking you need to do this like the reverse UPS thief, right?
Yeah.
They have the box, record.
I love
play
it.
your audio message.
Dude, Mark Rober is amazing.
I saw that. That was so funny.
Did you see
He's
his?
done a second version of it.
Did you see his squirrel video? His squirrel challenge.
Yeah, I was a little worried for those squirrels, honestly. Even though he's like, they didn't get hurt.
I know. I felt the same way. I was like, I don't think you're taking into account all of the different variables of launching these squirrels around. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I'm sorry, someone's launching squirrels?
Yeah, so Mark Rober, who is a former NASA astronaut who started a YouTube channel 4 or 5 years ago, who's now super, super big. He does these once a month really big projects where he'll just do something crazy. He did one where it was like a dartboard that you can't miss or you can't hit. So it reads your actions and it reads your throw, and it either always gives you a perfect bullseye or it always moves out of the way.
Gotcha.
But during the beginning of the quarantine, he put up some bird feeders. He got upset that the squirrels were defeating the bird feeders, and so he essentially set up a Ninja Warrior course for squirrels and videotaped each section to see how the squirrels would handle it, including, like, he had one that was called the honey trap, where he had a sexy squirrel holding an acorn, and if they stood there and ate the acorn, then for longer than a second, then a trap door would, fall, and they would fall down because they got suckered into the honey trap. But there's a moment where there's another one where they can get launched.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't like so much.
I don't like that.
And he's a NASA astronaut, so he's talking about G-forces, and he's talking about this, and he's talking about that. But when you actually watch the video, you're like, yeah, but it's a block of wood, and you can see its leg drag across the side of the wood.
Right.
Like it's clearly, like, there's clearly a whole bunch of different ways that you could get bonked or hurt or scratched. And then at one point he was like, yeah, but after they got launched through the air, 10 minutes later they came back and tried again, so they must be fine.
Or they're just starving.
Or they're just squirrels, right? Like, I don't know. But it's very, very amusing video. Mark Rober is awesome. But yes, we could Mark Rober reverse, put in the phone, send it to Forge World, somehow have it activate when they open the box, play a message about my return.
Yes, exactly.
Without even a receipt. Like, the thing is, I gotta get really angry, especially because I don't have a receipt, right? It's just like, I own them, so you should accept that I get money back.
I think it's totally reasonable, honestly.
Think so?
I do, because I don't like when GW squats something. Although there is supposed to be a new GW book, Forge World book that's coming out. So they could be like, oh, it might be in the new book.
I can't paint anything because all my stupid stuff is drying.
Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing the Forge World book. It's actually, from what I understand, written by the actual GW team and not a Forge World team. So that would be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
What should I do about this little marine that goes on top? Like, I don't want him to be purple.
What color do you want him to be? Do a vaporwave one. You wanted to do them all vaporwave.
Copycat.
No, I don't want him to be vaporwave. Someone give me a color. Just give me a color.
Green.
Yeah, green.
All right. Warp lightning. Warp lightning or militarum green or orc flesh.
That sounds really inappropriate.
What are
Warp lightning because
other
it's
colors
lighter.
that this is going to be here?
It's dark. It's purple.
It's purple. It's warp lightning.
Is it like a super rich purple? Is it a muted purple?
It's actually next to blue. It's actually next to like a dark blue that's on top of. It's blue right now. It's blue, purple, and yellow.
So you need to pop a bright color, I feel. But I always like pops of bright color.
So orc flesh, Creed camo, warp lightning, or militarum green.
Go with the warp lightning, man.
I agree.
All right, warp lightning it is.
Warp lightning.
Doopy doo. I don't think I've ever used the warp lightning. It sounded like that noise when the first time you opened the bottle. I wonder if do I have my helpy hand? I can't use the helpy hand. This has no base.
Helpy hand.
Yeah,
Everybody likes the helpy hand.
the Citadel thing. The only problem is that it's primed black.
Perfect.
That's not gonna work.
That's
not
are
gonna
you?
work. I'm gonna have to put down a base layer first.
Sure
Nice.
are.
I painted his. This is what I just did on camera for you guys. This is what the camera people just saw. I painted his helmet green.
Uh-huh.
I looked at it. I said what I said, and then I dunked it into the paint water. And now I'm drying it with a paper towel.
You dumped the model in the
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah, just to get the contrast paint off real fast so that I could put down the base layer.
How'd that work out?
Perfect. It's gone. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's great.
That's actually
Everything's
a really interesting point, Aaron. I often I mess up my models all the time, so I regularly have to use water to like scrub off little bits of messed up paint or remove contrast paint. So good for you.
I mean, I don't know if this guy's going to even actually wind up going on the tank. I'm probably going to close the tanks. They were closed, but I think Adam was playing with them, and I only found half of one lid, which is why these guys are not primed and even painted. So since somebody ripped the lids off the tanks, I guess I'm going to have to paint up. I'm going to have to find the lids / paint up one of these guys. Oh, no.
Are those your repulsors, Aaron?
Is the repulsor the original one?
Yes.
Yes, I have two repulsors. Yeah, they are the repulsors.
So I know I've said list building a whole bunch, but it's got me excited for my miniatures. The Razorbacks, man, the Razorbacks are so dirt cheap. You can
How much
bring
are the
them.
Razorbacks?
It's like 110 with the with the double heavy bolter. You put 5 guys inside of it, it's 185 with special weapons.
Dude, I love Razorbacks, man.
You
I mean,
use 1,000 points on that, and you bring whatever the hell else you want. Dude.
it means the Gray Ultra is a list again. I don't even need to do another armor.
Exactly.
The Gray Ultra is a list again.
That's what I'm saying. Like I literally have 10
That's his old Marines.
Dark Angels Razorbacks.
Yeah,
Ultra.
my old army is the Grey Ultra. They fought in many Adepticon battle.
They have a long and storied history.
They did the not Star Wars campaign, right? I think
Yes.
so. The Grey Ultra did the not Star Wars campaign, and they did the team tournament. Sean and I ran a campaign way back in the day. It's still on the CGN channel. That was not Star Wars.
It was super fun though. Super, super, super fun.
I don't remember how that turned out.
The
How long ago was it?
Rebels have too many guns.
Did the Tau shoot the not Death Star? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
there were just too many guns.
Too many guns. I love it.
No such thing.
So how's your hobby space coming?
It is a lot more cleared up than it was before. So I've made a lot of space and cleared up. So in painting all this, I told you it's not a lot of paints. It's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paints, including black and white.
So I'm just I got just what I need here because I had a bunch of other ones I was experimenting with. Got everything cleared off. Looking to pick up a few MDF bases that I still need, fill in the gaps. And tomorrow I'm going to start priming the next batch.
Awesome.
How many more you got to do?
How many more Necrons?
Yeah.
Well, so I got a croissant. I got another annihilation barge. I got a unit of immortals and a unit of who are the the shield
Immortals.
Lich Guard.
Victorians?
guard, yeah. And then I have another 10 of the regular warriors with gauze, another 10 of the warriors with the new Tesla guns, 3
The really good gun.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm being facetious.
Yeah. And then I got Cryptech and another Overlord. So
you got a lot to do, actually.
yeah, it's less than what I just painted though.
I have
There you go.
to do all of the bikes. I gotta do the bikes. I gotta do the new stuff. I gotta paint it up.
You haven't done your box set yet?
No. Have you done yours yet?
I
Most of it. No. I gotta airbrush it.
That's all you're doing with it, stippling an airbrush.
Yeah, well, I got the stippling. Well, I didn't do all the warriors because there's like no scenario in which I can figure out how I can put like 300 soldiers on the board.
Yeah, you don't need 300.
Yeah.
200 at most.
Yeah, at most. And then you got to really support
Just
that.
just set up all 300 so Sean can walk his Titan
You
over
just
and
walk
blow,
through
and
them?
blow up in the middle of it.
have you seen the Hunter killer missiles? There's just so much cool shit. There's so much cool shit.
What did they change Hunter killer missiles now?
I feel like they got an extra strength or something.
Yeah,
I
but
know is I
don't
was
you need
very
marker
excited.
lights to shoot them still?
No, with the Dark Angels on the tanks, the ones that you take for a couple points.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Maybe they got rid of the single use wording.
Oh, really? That would be huge if they got rid of the single use wording.
Yeah, I'll have to look at like I said, I can't look at any rules because the phone.
Come on, dry already. By the way, hot tip. My new favorite base color for contrast paint is Screaming Skull. Screaming Skull layer paint is now my favorite undercoat. Screaming Skull and Xandri Dust.
Interesting.
Screaming Skull just has a slight tinge of warmth in it.
It does.
Like
yeah.
a little sienna on there or something, but very light.
It's not skull white. It's darker than skull white.
Yeah,
It's off skull white.
It's off.
Ready.
It's off skull white. Okay.
Off the skull white?
Not office. It's business professional skull white.
All right. Here we go. Let's just hope it's dry enough. We're gonna.
It's not.
Shut up. It's gonna be fine.
It's
Sure will be.
It's a bad idea. Set a fan on it for another 10 minutes.
We only have 10 minutes left in the stream, so what am I gonna just do? Sit here and do nothing?
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
thumbs.
Nah, it's fine. It's not fine.
Not fun.
It's not fine. Stop. Full stop. Full stop. Find some. I would start painting the other one, but he's not even primed.
Well, why didn't you prime him? You had all this time.
Yes, I'm just gonna get up and go outside and prime him.
Don't you have brush on primer?
Oh God, brush on primer. Blech. That's what I say to brush on primer.
Yeah, I am also not a fan of brush on primer.
Dude, brush on primer's where it's at, man.
Oh,
Oh, what?
I'm just joking. Like, I want to do that.
I almost lost respect for you.
Like airbrush primer, you could do, which comes from brush on primer, but I don't know if I've ever actually ever been satisfied with brush-on primer.
Never. Never. Ever.
Although in this case I would actually do it because, again, I don't think I'm going to wind up putting these people on top of the tank. I need to find their lids. Maybe I can just put another gun. No one will notice if I just put another turret on top. Oh my god, it looks so good too. It looks like it has a fez.
Hold it up in front of the camera.
It's on the stream. See? His ad.
I like it. I like it.
Down.
I'll paint it red. I'll paint one of these red. I'll just
There you go.
have a fez.
Got a real fez.
Put fezzes on my grav tanks.
Does he have a sonic screwdriver too?
He has a sonic Gatling gun.
I like the sonic Gatling gun.
The one thing the Doctor is never supposed to have. Okay, so you guys think it's Orcs that's coming out. Cool. All right, so we talked about that. Armies on Parade, we talked about that. The only thing we didn't talk about was the top 9 Space Marine killers.
Oh, no one wants to talk about that, Aaron.
No.
That's just a fluff piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have -1 AP and does it do 2 damage?
Yeah, there you go.
Exocrines.
No.
Helldrakes.
I think we should dedicate the last couple minutes to the scarcity of models in our hobby. And what I mean by that is I've been doing a lot of buying and selling and so on and so forth lately, and it has been very hard to get some stuff.
If you got sell now.
Sell to me now.
Like, what have you not been able to get?
A lot of Necron stuff.
Yeah.
Basically all the Tyranids. There are a tremendous amount of miniature kits in the Space Marines that are at least sold out online, if not like gone completely. And a lot of my like usual like hobby stores that I check out and look at stuff and compare prices and all that fun stuff while I'm figuring out what to sell things for, are also unable to acquire all sorts of stuff.
Here's a hot tip. Check eBay. There's plenty of used stuff for Tyranids.
Yeah.
If there's one army that has a ton.
I'm talking about new manufactured kits that you buy that come in cellophane.
Yeah, I am too, and about the unnecessariness of it.
Okay, well, I guess then that topic fell flat on its face, eh?
No. No, I'm just saying that if you can't find something, go to eBay.
And I'm on eBay right now, and I search for Doomsday Arc. The only new in box Doomsday Arc, there's only one on eBay in the US right now, and it's $150.
That's what I'm saying. There's a ton of stuff like that.
Now look at Necron job lot or lot.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but if you're buying a lot, it's pretty much all open and built and probably shitty.
Josh, I know that you have a lot of hacks, but I think that there are some serious supply chain issues going on at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're having manufacturer problems, if they're having issues with getting shit here, because like I just don't know. But there's a lot of stuff that you just can't buy new from the usual retailers, and in particular GW, like those what are they called? The impulsors. Dude, I had to hunt that stuff for like a couple weeks. I had thought about getting them like a while ago when they first came out. All sold out. Went back a couple weeks ago to get them. All sold out. Couldn't order them from anywhere. I have I still order stuff from my shop up in Durham and have them ship me stuff if I'm gonna pay it, because I would like to give them some money because they're awesome. But yeah, it's just been like super weird. So I paid like premium for those things because unless you want to pay like $300 for a pro painted one in quotation marks.
Yeah,
there's just a lot of stuff that's really, if you were just like, hey, I'm playing the hobby and I think that's cool and I want to buy it, that you wouldn't be able to buy.
Which is strange because the points aren't even out.
Well, one of the problems for Necrons is they're transitioning onto all the new packaging. So the only stuff that is actually available on the GW site is stuff that's now come out in the new packaging. So you got like the Lich Guard.
So do you think that that's like the root cause, and that we're not looking at some sort of supply or tariff or
Well, I
manpower
think
or
it's a
whatever?
combination of a lot of stuff, and I think like it's affecting everything. I think definitely supply chain, because we've seen that happening for the past couple months where things have been starting to go out of stock. I think for Necron, everyone's buying them up right now. There was a limited stock on it. And now anything that isn't in one of the new packages is literally anything that's not in a new package is unavailable on the GW site for Necrons.
Really?
That's kind of what it feels like, yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, I saw the Necromunda guys that you're talking about.
Yeah, right on the homepage.
They have real stupid faces.
Well, yeah, and then you kit bash them so that they have real cool faces.
They have real oops, what did I do?
Real stupid.
Oh my god, their faces. I don't think I could even bring myself to, like, I love everything except their faces, but their faces are so bad I don't think I could buy the model.
Yeah,
Wow.
What model are you talking about?
The Jotun H grade industrial servitor Ogrins. I'll send you the link.
yeah, the new Necron Ogrins.
Ew. What is
Necron
what
Ogrins?
is happening?
You use those guys, and then you take Bulgrins and use the gas mask Bulgrin head, throw the shield and that big old like bat that they have, and you got some really, really cool looking Bulgrins.
Okay, I agree with that. I've never wanted Bulgrins, but now
I
do.
see them now.
Well, I linked it already. All right, I'm at the thing.
I'm afraid that Hill McBilly is the one who linked it for me.
All right,
McBilly.
let's see.
Actually, I like these faces. They're just not painted well.
Oh my gosh. Okay, start here. Space Marines, Armies of Chaos, Xenos. There we go. Let's go with Necrons. And what are we looking for? The Doomsday Arc?
Sure, just search for Necron.
It says Ghost Arc is in stock, and Doomsday Arc is in stock.
Then they must have got new boxes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ordered my stuff like last night or this morning because
it does look like new pictures because they're darker green.
Yeah. So I mean, if you scroll below on any of that stuff, none of that other stuff has.
Yeah, this stuff is all.
So now
Oh wow! So there's so much stuff out of stock. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you can't get croissants?
Can't get croissants. You can't even get to the new Illuminators Cezra.
Interesting. All right, let's go to Space Marines. Go to Space Marines, and we'll just jump to the last page. Does it let me do that? No, of course not.
So that's good that there's arcs back in stock. Should quickly buy up a whole bunch and put them on eBay and sell them for $100 pop.
The Impulsor is back in stock. $75.
It's so
Things are
expensive.
trickling back, but
So I have a repulsor, but I have no impulsors. Is that a problem, Sean?
It depends on what you're doing. I got these things because I really want them because I want to do a thing. But the reality is,
They look stupid when you look at them from the back.
no, they're okay. As long as you put the extra armor plates on them that they don't come with. But it's just a troop transport, right? So the question is, how are you going to go do the shit anyway? What are you going to put inside of them? What 6 Primaris dudes are you going to put in that thing to go take care of something? And it's a much more important question, right?
Because you can only put 6 Primaris in there.
You can only put 6 dudes in there. It's
You
not a
put the-
10-man squad.
You put the new shield guard in there.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's fantastic. It really is. That's a thing. So, I mean, you get into this kind of armored, mechanized infantry type situation. I was going to do the captain and the assault intercessors inside of one of them. because that seemed fun. And then a chaplain and a intercessor squad, regular intercessor squad, inside of the other one, and then another small intercessor squad in the repulsor executioner, I think.
He's so green. Ugh.
What's so green?
The marine sticking out of the hatch. She's so green right now.
Oh.
Warp lightning.
And he's still not dry. That's the one problem with contrast paint.
I don't think it's necessarily
Yeah, it
a
does
problem.
take a long time to dry.
I mean, I think it depends on what you want to do. Like, what have you thought about list composition at all?
Me?
Or are you like collecting and building at this point? Yeah.
I don't ever think about list composition. It's probably why I lose a lot.
Oh man.
Well, I was trying to. I guess so. The reason why I'm so big on it is I am trying to limit the scope of my work so as to accomplish more. Right.
I'm just saying I have a Primaris army, so I probably should have some impulsors. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
No, I would agree with you. If you have a Primaris army, you should have. I mean, if you're collecting, you should probably have every Primaris character there is. I mean, like, I have an apothecary. Am I ever going to run the Primaris apothecary?
I kind of want to like, I want to strip down the sides, and I want to make it like an F-150.
Dude, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. If you got ATVs already, might as well have an F1.
Yeah, man. Give it little stubby fins from the dude. If you were gonna like kit bash a Storm Talon or an Interceptor in one of those things, like if you bought those two kits and just like blam, that would be fucking dope.
I mean, the funny thing is,
so dope.
Oh, it's still not working. The funny thing is that I have ooh, maybe I can go get it. I think there's one here. I bought 6 they're like Razorbacks they're Razorbacks, but they're floating Razorbacks, and they're not from GW. They're from a company in Poland.
That's awesome.
And I have
Are
6
they
of
at the
them.
studio?
No, I brought some of them home.
Oh,
Are
you
they-
did? Okay.
Are they approximately the right size, and can you
Yes.
get them to fit in with your army?
They look. It's funny. They were made well before the impulsors and repulsors, and they look very similar to those. But they are the size
Awesome.
they're the size of a Razorback.
Nice.
But yeah. So hold on. Let's see if I can get this.
I'm telling you, man, Razorbacks are about to be the jam. I'm about to be running Razorbacks everywhere.
All right.
I can put 10 Razorbacks.
Are
on the board for
Razorbacks
1,000
dedicated
points.
transports now?
Yes, they are. They were always dedicated transports.
But
Well, then they're not the jam because you have to take a squad for each one of them.
So what? It's 148
It's a
points.
75-man tack squad with 10 wounds.
No, that's
armor
200
and
point
special weapons.
No, it's 100.
200 point unit now.
140.
You have to take
It's
185
points.
Yeah, and you have to take the stupid unit that goes inside of them. So they're 200.
Yeah, so you take 6 of those for 100 and whatever points. You're at 1,200 points. You have 800 points to slap on top of your maximum troop choices with 6 vehicles. That's 60 wounds. It's a lot, you know. I'm just saying it has its place, and I'm gonna play that shit.
So what I'm saying is you take the impulsor, right? And I'm gonna zoom in, and you cut the vent off the side of it, so that
Okay.
it's perfectly flat on the side, on both sides, right? And you take the exhaust off the back, so that it just looks flat. Then you cut the stupid pipes off the top, so that you have it has a lower back, and then you slap F-150 in white where the jet intake used to be.
I think that if you were to kit bash it with the wings and the engines from the Storm Talon
I think the storm,
or
but
the
like
Interceptor would be just dope. I think you'd be able to get one of those Grey Wolf transports, but way fucking cooler.
maybe
Space Wolf transports.
it really is a dumb looking model though.
It really is.
It is not my favorite. Well, that's why I got the armor things on the
Oh
back.
my god! I just thought of something amazing. I know what you do to fix this model.
What do you do, Aaron?
You glue the ATV into the bed of it.
Nice.
And then it just has then it makes sense, right? Because now you have a tank and it has this ATV on it with a big gun, and then you're halfway up the battlefield and you can eject your ATV from it. Now that's freaking cool, and it's a good reason why the ATV has wheels. Because it gets ejected out of the back of the impulsor.
Sure.
No? Does this not convince you?
No.
I mean, I like the idea of the turret in the back there. It makes me want to take one of those new guys that are in like just stationary turret things.
Oh, and put that in the back?
Yeah, and put him mounted in the back.
That's very F-150, because that's like those pictures of, you know,
So F-150.
gorilla. Well, it's usually a Toyota. It's usually like a Toyota with a 50 cal in the bed, right?
Yeah,
Well,
what's wrong with that?
No, man. Nissan.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It's the best.
Goats my goats.
It's the best selling. It's the best selling. You know, all terrain vehicle, and so it gets used for purposes of war. Obviously, that's how it works.
I mean,
Obviously.
Well, my guy is not dry, and we are at 90 minutes. So unfortunately,
90 minutes.
we are going to have to call it quits. Let's take a look at the subscriber count really quick.
Did all of you people subscribe? Hope so.
I did.
I feel like most of our
Listeners.
subscribers, our subscribers. So let's say we are at 7,911. So we are so
Whoa.
close to 8,000. We can't wait to do this thank you video, and we will be giving out the Indominus box set. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help us get to that 8,000 mark. And also, please subscribe if you want to subscribe because you enjoy the channel. I think we'd actually prefer that than subscribing
This is true.
for free things. But either way,
This is true.
please subscribe. As always, this has been Little Aaron, Big Aaron, Josh, and Sean coming at you with another Paint and Talk. And as always,
We'll see you on.
the table.
The tabletop.
Now I have to find the buttons.
Find the buttons.
Button. Who's got the button?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It is